It's a very conservative, religious Muslim country, 100% Muslim, but you don't have any problem with radical Islam, with extremists. You don't have terrorists here. Why not?
There's what we call community policing. Community policing. Every village has its own, community policing. So if they see something or if they see something happen into their neighbors, they are immediately reporting to the police stations. So they cannot hide.
And do the police have zero tolerance here if you get caught?
Yes.
Do you think that the Western Islamic communities can learn from Somaliland?
Absolutely.
Do you think also governments should learn from Somaliland authorities that, one, the community will inform, but two, the authorities need to take it seriously and deal with the problem?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Avi Mini for Rebel News in the Horn of Africa on our special mission for the truth about Somaliland.com. What you're about to watch is another special report from here. And if you support our mission on the ground here, please consider chipping in to help us cover the costs, including our charter flights and our armed security. Damn, this is a safe place, but that makes me feel a lot safer. The truth about Somaliland.com. Check out all our reports, support the mission, and make sure to share the truth.
I was working with the Somaliland civil society organizations. I was the chairman of that group. Now I am the ordinary person. I just joined to the political issues, and I'm a member of the ordinary party.
I want to talk about some of Somaliland's success, because when I look into it, it's crazy to me that we don't recognize it, that the entire Western world doesn't recognize it, because it is a miracle state that after everything that happened here, they became a thriving, free and fair democracy, and it's doing better than most states in the region. But what's the secret? How did they do it? Even after the world doesn't recognize them, how did they do it?
The thing that, the secret is about what you call the confidence. The people are already, mature. The people of Somalia are very mature. When elections happen, particularly in Africa, in the eastern region of Africa, when elections is happening, there's a lot of problems. The people, might fight. The people, there are a lot of what you call misunderstandings. But in Somaliland, during the last election on 2024, this new president, elected president, and the previous president, they just hand over peacefully, and they were not, there was no an argument and problems. Our traditional leaders, our religious leaders, they came together, they sit together. So what they can get from Somaliland is that about, Somaliland finishes their issues by dialogue, not by bullet. They are sitting together, they are talking to each other. So dialogue system is the one of the most country building mechanism in Somaliland.
It's a very conservative, religious Muslim country, 100% Muslim, but you don't have any problem with radical Islam, with extremists. You don't have terrorists here. Over the border you have Al-Shabaab. Here there's no terrorists. Why not?
Because Somaliland people are going to strengthen their peace and security. As you are saying, there's Al-Shabaab in southern Somalia. There's also what you call ISIS in the sea. So the Somaliland people are committed to protect and guard their security. So there's no Al-Shabaab, there's no radicalists in Somaliland, there's no, even the religious people, they are talking about democracy of Somaliland. So in that regard, the connection between the various groups of the people, they are, interconnected. So that's why we are defeating any lack of peace or anything that's coming to Somaliland, we are defeating by ourselves.
Some people told me already, a few people I've interviewed, that it's actually, like you say, the people. If they see a radical, they deal with it. They go straight to the police. People, the community works together. Is that what happens here?
Yes, that's what we call community policing. Community policing. Every village has its own, community policing. So if they see something or if they see something happen into their neighbors, they are immediately reporting to the police stations, the nearest police station. So they cannot hide. Everyone will tell or inform. If they see somebody who is going to do something else, they will inform directly to to the police stations.
And do the police have zero tolerance here if you get caught?
Yes. They immediately will reach you, and then they will collect what happened in the town. So this is, the relationship between the people of Somaliland and the government. They trust each other. They connect to each other.
Everybody
So
keeps
the-
telling me that.
Yeah,
Everyone's telling me that.
Yeah.
So I guess, is that a lesson that the West that has problem with radicals,
Yeah,
do you
South.
think that they can learn from Somaliland that one, let's say the Islamic community in the West, in Australia, in Canada, in Britain, where they do have radicals, that the community itself need to work together to draw them out and take them to the authorities to end the radicals? Do you think that the Western Islamic communities can learn from Somaliland?
Absolutely, because, working together, the community and the police, or the community and the government, my strongest or my force to keep one eye for the instability things which is going on in the country. So working together is one of the major things that the West people or anybody in the world can learn from Somaliland.
The thing is, what you said is here they have zero tolerance, the police. In the West, they're very politically correct. I think some governments are scared to confront radical terrorists, Islamists. They're scared to do it. So do you think also governments should learn from Somaliland authorities that, one, the community will inform, but two, the authorities need to take it seriously and deal with the problem?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. If the government, police is alert about the security issues, and if they inform and give awareness raising programs to the people or to the community, then there will be a link between the police and the community. So in that regard, everyone will be a police in his place. That's what I'm saying.
But the police and the state also have to do their job. They
Yes.
can't be scared
Yes.
to deal with the radicals.
Yes. It depends to the management, the police officers. They should have to be connected. So what I'm saying is that every county or every village in Hargeisa or in Berbera or in Burao, they do have what we call community policing. So these people are informed every day what happens in that village. So they are going to inform to the nearest, police station.
Yeah.
So that's why the peace is stable.
How do you feel about the recognition from Israel?
This is really very fantastic. And Israel is not the first time that they recognize it for Somaliland. They were a member of the 35 countries that have been recognized Somaliland in 1960. So we already know that. And today it's become the rarest country that recognizes Somaliland. And we are expecting that, a lot of countries will also, will recognize Somaliland, because Israel is the lucky country for Somaliland. The population of Somaliland are quite happy about that recognition, and we are expecting that another countries will also recognize it.
A lot of the Islamic world, after Israel recognized Somaliland, and you saw Somalilanders around the world celebrating with the Israeli flag, but also here in Hargeisa and around Somaliland, a lot of the Islamic world were very upset about it. Does that bother you? How do you feel about that?
There are a lot of people who are jealous. They are, against Somaliland. So, by the day that, Israel has recognized Somaliland, the tension of the people of the Somaliland, they were very high. As you see, they were celebrating. They were just running in the streets. They were just doing what you call celebrations. But the governments, the countries who are against Somaliland, they were upset about it. For example, Djibouti, Somalia, a lot of countries, they were against it. So they were making some propaganda by saying that, they are taking the flag, so this is not good. You are Muslim and they are not Muslim. So that is not concerns. The relationship between Somaliland and Israel is about politics. It does not care about the religions or something. It's not religions. It's about the politics. So the interest of Israel will be fine for Somaliland. Somaliland interest will get from from Israel. So that two things cannot be interrogated.
It's interesting to me to look at it, to step back and look at it and say, there's over 50 Muslim countries in the world. There's one Jewish state, and the one Jewish state was the one that recognized Somaliland first.
Absolutely. That is also an advantage, extra advantage. Because There are a lot of Muslim countries in Somaliland, I mean in the world. Why didn't they recognize for Somaliland?
Why?
If they are thinking about Muslim. So the only Jewish country in the world has recognized it, Somaliland. So this is only, it's based on his hypocrisy, not the interest of that people. So I'm quite sure that, things will be prevail.
Why haven't the Muslim countries, do you think, recognized Somaliland? Why was it left up to the one Jewish country?
Because they are saying Somalia is one country. We don't want to cut off each other. So they said to be united together is the best way of our scene. But they are not talking about why Somaliland has got the independence in 1960, independence during the British colonialism. So our argument is that we were separate and different, government, different states. So anyway, sense will prevail. Sense will prevail.
All right, Donald Trump, if he's watching this, what would you say to Donald Trump about recognizing?
Donald Trump, I'm saying, you should have to recognize Somaliland. You are the biggest country in the world. So there is an interest for Somaliland to be recognized because we have what we call the sea, Bab al-Mandeb. So we have the sea, we have the gate sea in the Bab al-Mandeb. So I think the security and the stability of the world will be settled if Somaliland is recognized.
Do you think he's going to recognize?
I think so.
Do you like Trump?
Yes, of course. We should have to say, please, you should have to announce the recognition of Somaliland.
If you enjoyed this report, make sure to like, comment, share, then head over to thetruthaboutsomaliland.com. Check out all our reports, our interviews, our stories from here in Somaliland. Then make sure to sign and share the petition. And finally, if you support our mission here on the ground, please consider chipping in to help us cover the costs. They were exuberant. We're talking about charter flights, travel, fixes, security, food, everything. Cost a lot more than we thought, but I think it was worth it. Thetruthaboutsomaliland.com, it's all there.